Welcome to the Weekend Toy Review. I'm Mark, this is Prime Toy Media, and today we are opening the Captain America 2-pack. We've got the Sam Wilson Captain America Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and the Steve Rogers Avengers Endgame. Both these figures have been released individually at different points, but we're going to take a look at this 2-pack and see why you should go get it. Before we start, like this video, leave a comment about what you'd like to see because we open toys old and new, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. So let's get started. First off, looking at the box, nice display window. If you're an in-box collector, you can see all the important stuff. You got the Steve Rogers, the Sam Wilson, they're nicely labeled. Both the shields you can see on the close-up, even the detail that they changed the mold slightly. Both characters, this is the real reason to get this box set, in my opinion, come with the unmasked heads, which is a really nice touch. You got extra hands, you've got the backpack, no wings for Sam Wilson, but that was the Build-A-Figure, or maybe you can pick it up on eBay. Nice big art of the Sam Wilson, got the Steve Rogers, and on the back they got a little bit of the description. You can read that on your own. So let's crack them open and take a look at the figures in more detail. So out of the package, makes it a little easier to see without having that glossy reflection. But you've got the unmasked head, the masked head, the backpack, the shield. So I don't have to hold these all up individually. Extra set of fists for Sam. The other shield. Steve Rogers head, masked and unmasked. And then no extra hands for Steve today, huh? Nope. Steve doesn't get an extra set of hands. But if you're like me, you've probably got a couple Captain Americas laying around. You might have additional hands anyway. Let's take a look at Steve Rogers here first. The hands they chose for him are interesting. We've got our pistol grip hand and a fist. That fist makes putting on his shield, and if I'm remembering correctly, this is the right shield because they added extra detailing in the Sam Wilson, or the Sam Wilson shield. It's got extra indents in the star and extra ring detail. The backs are almost identical. You can see a little extra ring here on the Sam Wilson one. But the same concept, straps to attach them to your figure. But anyway, so what happens is you want to slide it through. Well, his fist doesn't go through that extra strap easily. I was trying to force it before, and with a little help from my friend, it's on. Ideally, the open hand pose would have been a little nicer, a little easier to get it in there, which is what Sam comes with, but it is what it is. And then, like I said, you got the Steve Rogers trigger hand, but he doesn't come with a gun. So thankfully, there's plenty of packs out there where you can get additional guns. Now, these shields, unlike some of the other ones, can't mount to the back, unfortunately. Another drawback. Some of the comic Steve Rogers have the little hinge where it either clips onto the hand or has the peg for the back, but there's no peg in the back either. Typical Marvel, double hinged elbows, double hinged knees. It's got the rock and pivot feet. Swivels at the boot, which is always nice because it hides that hinge. Upper thigh swivel, typical legs. You've seen this 100 times. Waist, belt is a separate piece. Get my fat fingers out of the way. Can do his crunches. Got to keep cap in shape. Upper bicep swivel as well. So nothing new and out of the normal for a Marvel Legends figure. Head really doesn't pivot up and down, just rotates. I'm not a fan of the movie head anyway, so mine will probably keep the Steve Rogers unmasked head on. Looks like Chris Evans, right? I think so. It's a pretty good likeness. Can't complain about that too much. Paint apps, it's got just the chest and the star and little details here and there. But it's a nice mold, nice figure. That's about it. Let's take a look at Sam Wilson now. So we'll get the articulation out of the way. He does have a little more head tilt, which is nice because if you're doing flying Sam, you want him to look forward and not crash. But similar arms, double elbow. Newer mold, no pins in the elbow, no pins in the leg. Whereas Steve Rogers, pins in the leg, pins in the elbow. So I don't know if the other Falcon that came in the solo pack had pins or not. I did not pick him up, but this one doesn't have it, which is nice. So like I said, double elbows, double knees, same rockin' pivot feet, upper thigh, no swivel at the boot though. So I don't know if that's going to be the trade-off with these newer figures. That pinless means no swivel. I guess we'll have to wait and find out as more get released, but that's a little bit of a bummer. Bicep, and then, it comes out. So the hands that come on the figure in the box, he's got, I don't know what that would be. It's not a gun hand. It's a kind of a grippy hand. And this wide open, which will make putting his shield through. Again, big hand's kind of awkward. You seen I didn't have good luck with that. Thankfully, he does come with the double fist hands. Let's pop those in real quick. So there's one. There's the two. So now we can get them through the first strap easy, and then just like with the Steve Rogers one, got to fight with it a little bit to get it through. I'm not going to bother and waste your time. You'll have to figure it out on your own, but that second loop's a little tight. It's going to take some finagling. Same thing with the Steve Rogers though, no way to mount it to the back. But there's the peg hole for his backpack that would typically have the wings that come out from the show. I'm not sure. I don't see why it wouldn't. If you had the wings from the previous Build-A-Figure, I don't see why they wouldn't work. Now, this figure is nice because he does have way more paint applications in my opinion than the Steve Rogers. Looks really good. Good likeness of the figure or the character. The mask in the show felt a little bit puffy and thick to me and awkward, like he was wearing shoulder pads and had extra padding on his head. They did a real good job sculpting it on the figures that it doesn't feel awkward. But just like the Steve Rogers, came with the unmasked head as well.
11 minutes later.
So again, good likeness to Anthony Mackie. Can't complain. I think on this one, it'll be a toss-up. It'll probably rotate between the masked and the unmasked. So one thing I thought was odd, the eyes are a little skewed off to the side, kind of like the McFarlane figures do for a lot of them, but it doesn't bother me too much. I'm not staring them deep into their eyes. But all in all, two good figures. I think they're going to look great together on the display. Great for photos. If you don't have a Captain or a Falcon, this is a good pack to pick up. I would recommend. Otherwise, if you want to see any cool pics with these guys, I'm going to put a couple at the end, but usually go check them out on Instagram and on my Facebook page. See ya.